Okay.
2, 1. Can we all get a clap here so I can hear everybody first? Can we get a clap here? Can
Audible clap.
Okay, yeah.
Nerds.
Thank you.
Oh my god. I actually have proper, positioning in this screen now.
Yes,
Why
we
am I
do.
still upside down?
Because that is where you are and that is your place. Now live with it.
As long as
Anyway.
you're pointing to something, that's fine.
Thank you, everybody, for joining in. Welcome back to Apartment 814, the show where random dudes talk about random things and whatever they really care about. I don't know. It's just
Now with 7 subscribers on YouTube.
and now being advertised on the Syncweaver channel official. And that anima TM, that Aeon anima. Yeah, that's what it's called. That anima.
And if my channel had more subs, I'd rep you too. But I have 68. Or 89 or something like that.
Anyway, gentlemen. Sorry, 2022. People. Damn it. Still 2022.
Non-binary individuals.
No. Lol cows. Do this.
How are y'all doing this week? How's it been for each and every one of y'all?
It's been a long time.
Heck, I'm looking at the screen. Jesus Christ, dude.
It's a little busy.
Yeah, we got a lot
Man,
going here.
we're running out of couch space. I'm just gonna say it.
Yeah.
Peanuts.
Except for Last Order, he could just be anywhere on the screen wherever he wants. He could just be in the background on top of the building if he wanted to.
He's Spider-Man.
Right.
Spider Anya. Oh man.
Did you post the? Yes, you did. Okay.
Buy it now.
But I think we're gonna have interesting talks. There's some subjects that we could talk about today, and I'm glad we have so many people to talk about this with. To be honest, this is not a subject that I pulled up. Somebody kind of pointed this to me. I know about it, but I didn't know if they really wanted me to talk about this or any of us to talk about this. But let's just get this out the way. I want to know everyone's opinion on this. So Twitch. I'm sure some of you know what's going on, some of you may not. But Twitch has banned a streamer for basically doing the doggy doo on stream and actually showed it through a reflection, thinking that they weren't getting eaten out.
Oh, I was about to say, what even in the hell was that analogy?
It wasn't anything.
They were they were sticking the pole in the hole.
It was a synchism.
That's not a real thing.
They were banned, but they have since been unbanned and had a massive comeback.
Yeah, it was
Right.
what, 7
Pun
days?
intended.
It was
So-
7
Yeah, 7
days,
days.
right?
They were
Yeah,
suspended
like
for
Kim
7
Kardashian.
days. They were suspended for 7
wow.
days, right?
Is that it?
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, see, that is the thing. Suspended for 7 days, but then you got people like Gideon who made up with the person that they did a hate raid on, but they take that hate raid more seriously than somebody actually getting banged down.
I wouldn't even call what he did a hate raid. It was him going into Pokemon's chat and spamming L plus ratio. That's funny, okay? That's not a hate raid, because if it were a hate raid, there'd be more inward.
So,
But-
So here's the thing about the numbers behind her. She's only had in the last 2 months, 2 days that actually got her decent views. And I think those are her Valorant games that she's played. But she's steadily been on decline until she only had 20-something people watching her. Her comeback was only 64 people watching.
I think more people were into her VOD than into her, so.
And I would
Twitch
say
would've
it's
deleted
probably
it.
more likely.
Wait, did the VOD go away? Is the VOD gone?
Twitch would have deleted it.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
it's gone now.
It's
If it's a bannable
gone.
offense, usually they take that out.
it should be gone. Someone
Yeah.
check.
Well,
Oh, it's on
someone,
other
at Twitch,
sites.
someone at Twitch HQ does have a copy, but
It's on other sites.
They're gonna make a new category called From Behind.
Oh god. I think we can all agree though that for those of us who are familiar with more Twitch and just doesn't stream on the platform, this kind of thing is weird where someone can have sex on Twitch and get a 7-day ban, whereas someone who did a troll and could permanently ban
Well,
like
like,
forever.
Twitch is biased. It's not a secret.
Well, yeah.
Well, think about it this way: like misbehaving, like what happened there? I mean, it was straight on graphic stuff happening, and
Oh, it gets even better. There was a woman who did like a whole entire like show. She
yeah,
thought she
that was
was
misbehaving.
Was that
That was who
misbehaving?
did it. Yeah,
Okay, so
and because she said I was doing it for my OnlyFans, like, but you have to go in and you have to stream it, and you have to go through certain steps. Like you have to know what you did, you know.
I mean, I want to say that she's smarter because obviously she's making that bag online, right? She's making that bag on OnlyFans. That's where she's getting a lot of her resources from, mainly from that, because I don't know anything about her Twitch or anything like that. But OnlyFans makes a lot of some buku dollars real quick, especially if you're a really good looking woman with a really good looking body. But you can't be that dumb to not turn off the stream, make sure that the button is red, right? Or to double check to make sure that it's red or off, then go on to your really 18 plus lewd website cam show where you know you're going to be showing your privates.
Guys, you have different stream keys for a reason. Use them.
I'm just saying that's kind of a hard mistake to make unless she has like everything next to each other or something. I don't know.
Even so, like, it's one of those, you made a gross policy violation. I don't know why they're just letting people come back constantly, but other people, they don't even do anything major and they get permanently banned.
Yeah.
Right. So Gideon is just one person, but I think a person had like a Minecraft skin that showed Hitler, or just an image of Hitler for a Minecraft skin, which people just laughed at it and they got permanently banned. They're like, wait, okay, so this woman can have sex on stream, but I show Hitler in a Minecraft skin for no less than 30 seconds and I get banned permanently?
Yeah, that's just not applying rules evenly across the board.
Yeah.
So I think there was a picture. I'm going to try and find a picture where people were just like, this is who's moderating Twitch. So
Oh yeah, no. Somebody on the Twitch council is hated by the Twitch community. I know that much.
I think I know who you're talking about.
Yeah.
Are you sure that person's still on the council?
I'm
That's a
pretty
good
sure they are, because they were one of the founding members of the council. Or
Because
one of like founding chosen.
I think they removed a couple of the people that were the hot issues, and most of the people that are on the council, no one actually knows directly who they are. Because the thing is, it's an ever-changing policy system that they have, and like they have a lot of people across the platform that are actually on it that you just haven't seen a lot of.
Okay, so I can't find the picture. There was like a picture that was going around showing the faces and the blue hairs and the obvious.
Oh,
the
well, I can
obvious.
get that for you.
Yeah, the
Yeah,
obvious.
you have blue hair and pronouns. The
Right.
joke writes itself. Let's be honest.
And
They kind of do.
they were just like, hey, well, this is who's moderating Twitch, and everybody's just like, well, that makes a lot of sense. What's crazy about all of this, though, right? And we know they have their favoritisms, they have their, like, honestly, they have their favorites and stuff. I mean, it's kind of like the same thing if we're going to roll into Corey Kinchin's ordeal, where YouTube is more or less just they have favoritism. I don't know about racism. That's like going a little too far, but like
You say that,
favoritism.
but a lot of other people have backed that up.
Again, I can't. That's like strong. That's like a strong thing to, a strong accusation to give them.
At the very least, it's definitely favoritism.
Yeah, that I can agree with.
Looking at the timelines, it really did add up what he was saying. I watched that video and I looked at the timelines. It's hard to not feel like he was being targeted. It really looks like he was actually being targeted.
You know that this thing, what he says is fair, and it could be right.
Yeah.
You know, because like
Yeah.
the one thing that I have to like say though is that Markiplier isn't white. he's half
He's
Korean.
Korean.
Yeah, he's Korean. So he doesn't even look entirely white. He looks Korean, but like
No, he doesn't.
he has Korean eyes
disagree.
in him.
I disagree, but I didn't know that. So
What, you didn't know he was Korean?
no.
I didn't know.
Yep, he's Korean and German American.
Yeah, which makes him full Korean.
Born in Hawaii.
He doesn't necessarily strike me as completely American, but he didn't strike me specifically as Korean. I don't remember the last time I saw somebody who was 100% Korean and thought, "Oh yeah, they're Korean," because they look Japanese.
Well,
Yeah, I thought he was half Japanese.
yeah, he's obviously not fully American looking. That's what I'm saying.
Definitely
would-
not.
I wouldn't say obvious.
I mean, I don't know if when I look at, oh god, I
Uh,
can't say it, but
don't
when
I
I,
mean, as an Asian,
When I-
I can tell you he definitely does not look like full.
He got more
American.
of he got
definitely
more
had-
the German.
yeah,
Like,
Yeah,
have you
he's-
seen
he's-
that man's chin?
His jaw structure
Yeah, that
alone
whole
is
jaw
very
structure.
European.
Yeah,
he didn't give me like the vibe of being like fully American, is what I'm saying. Like in terms of that. But that's neither here nor there. Markiplier was involved. He got involved with two different things, but this is kind of the same thing where people where they think that YouTube had a bias with Markiplier because he's their golden boy now because Ethan Klein isn't the golden boy anymore because fuck he could do whatever he wants now.
Remind me again who Ethan Klein is.
H3H3.
H3H3.
Oh yeah, that guy.
Little
The
big
guy
boy.
that's been on a sharp decline in the last few years.
Has he done anything lately?
Yeah.
Outside of
No.
controversy and drama chasing, not really.
So he had a chat with Gideon, and Gideon called him out for what do you call it, liberal racism? But again,
I mean,
basically he was just trying to tell Gideon how to be black in his own way, and Gideon
Yeah,
was just like, "Bro, you're not
Yeah, no.
talking like that, are you?"
My brother got on to me because I sent him a video by Muda or Some Ordinary Gamers, if you guys are so inclined, about a PC build that I would like to do one day. And his response is, "Nah, fuck that guy. He hates on H3H3." I'm just like,
Well,
really? I'm not surprised. Muda's actually, smart, but
Does he hate H3H3? He doesn't
think-
agree with him.
I think he's had some beef in the past with him. But it wouldn't surprise me if the two of them are not on like the friendliest terms.
I'm sure. Like, nobody in the commentary community really likes H3H3. And for whatever reason, they're willing to talk more with Keemstar than H3. But, like, let's...
that's a sad state of affairs.
I'll say it. It's like Keemstar's enjoyable to listen to.
Keemstar is very entertaining.
Yeah. And
Definitely.
He knows
meanwhile,
his audience at least.
Ethan is just like, "Hey, we're getting sued. Send me money."
Yeah. Oh, God damn.
This Payday 3 DLC that people are not paying for. Yeah.
Yeah.
Payday 2.
So, he tried to tell Gideon, he was trying to tell Gideon, like, why do you think this way? What if... And he always brings this up. He's like, what if the KKK was coming after you? How would you feel about that? If you're... If
What?
you... Because
First
what...
off, don't ask that
Context.
kind of question.
What Gideon...
Context.
What?
So...
Context and context.
I have to tell the context. So
Yes, you do.
Gideon basically went out of his way to like troll a Best Buy, and he went in without a shirt. And the people who went in there or who worked there says, "Hey, you need to leave or put on a shirt." And he was just like, Gideon does what Gideon does. He was just like, "Why can't I walk around with a shirt? Is this illegal or anything?" I don't see no shirt, no shoes, and he made a whole fuss about it. He left and came back with a mob that were all shirtless and just went around the Best Buy with a microphone saying, "No shirt freedom" or something like that.
So this guy trolls a lot for those who don't know.
Right.
Not surprised.
Yeah.
So now, whether you take it or leave it, if it's hilarious to you, it's hilarious. It's fine. He didn't hurt nobody. But-
That's a disruption to the.
But to relate more to the KKK comment,
Yeah.
go into that. Say.
So I had to talk about that because H3H3 talked about that incident and said he's literally making somebody's day like horrible.
Mm-hmm.
Why would he go in there into
That-
that Best Buy and ruin their day? And meanwhile, Gideon actually confirms that, oh no, everybody was fine with that. Like we laughed in the end of all that.
Yeah, but
There was no problem.
you're leaving out the part where he was like, "Oh, you know what? This town is so called the most racist town in America. Let me go there and troll on camera for multiple hours."
Oh yeah, okay. Now I know I know exactly
Oh,
what you're
that's the
talking about.
person. Okay.
No,
Yeah.
that
Yes.
so that story is different compared to how that relates to H3 saying like, what if the KKK went after you, right? And I think it's because H3 is Jewish. He was taking like racial offense to that, I think. And then he was trying to tell Gideon, I have to really go back. Let me check this.
I mean,
real quick.
like the phrase he used pretty much sums up what do you call it? Soft liberal racism, was it? Something along those lines.
He said, why does Gideon? Oh, Gideon also he also did something with
Yep.
Minecraft kid. What the heck
Yeah.
is that
Yep.
all about?
There you go. That was a misunderstanding because he was still trolling, but like not really. Like it's kind of his regular personality. Basically, what was it? Was it TwitchCon? It was a con, one of those cons, and like he went there and to see a specific person that he knows personally, and he was hanging out with that person's fans and proceeded to pretty much just be slightly obnoxious, and it rubbed the nearby fans the wrong way, so they complained to the management. I'm heavily downplaying it, but that's pretty much what happened. He trolled live in
Oh.
person. People around him didn't like it. He didn't do anything illegal or anything wrong. He was just mildly annoying,
And if you look at it,
and
today,
they
I
didn't
feel
like it.
In any point, in time,
And his fans blew it up into something else, and well, not his fans. The other guy's fans blew it up into something else and told him about it, and he just
Bro, this is-
immediately took their side
it's wrong.
on
if you look
camera
at it today,
without looking into it, and then Gideon saw it, and that started that beef. He was like, "Well, you didn't even like look. I have the whole thing on camera."
It's
And then he
wrong.
proceeds to
And if
play
you
the
look
whole
at it
thing on
today, I feel
camera,
like
and it's
in
exactly
any
like
point in time
Gideon
in
said it
history,
was.
especially
He
here
didn't
in
do anything
America,
wrong.
racism
just being
is going
annoying.
down more and more and more as
His
the
fans blew it out of
generation
proportion.
sees- I just felt patronized, you know.
I forget the actual name of the person, but yeah, it's the Minecraft. I cannot remember his name to save my life, but
Tommy in it.
I do believe so. Yes, like, his fans blew it out of proportion. Said he was doing this and doing that, and like they
His
called the
fans-
security and all this other stuff. Like it was kind of wild.
His fans were actually lying.
They were.
They were talking about like how he was being like very loud and yelling in their face.
Right.
And
When,
he
like-
was just like, "What?" I mean, he was loud, sure,
Like he was loud, but he wasn't in anyone's face.
right? And he
Man, I just add something really fast. Because I'm learning of the situation at the first time. You know how I feel about these things. If you're being annoying and somebody deciding to like go the extra mile to get you out of their face, even if they're doing things that aren't necessarily ethical, which I hate lying. I'll be honest with you. I don't necessarily think that is the solution. But like you're kind of inviting this kind of conflict into your life, especially in today's climate. Like, I don't
That's
really
true.
have a lot of empathy for anybody who goes around being a dickhead and then all of a sudden is mad when people start to retaliate in ways that aren't necessarily fair, even if you're not doing anything wrong.
But in his defense, he was cool with all of that until Tommy got on like his YouTube channel. And he was like, he was asking his fans like, how'd the con go? And they were like, oh, and like he pretty much called it was cool until he called them out on YouTube and called him this and that, and just didn't even like bother to look further into the right. Yeah,
What's
that's
messed
what made the
Which is
issue.
also stupid.
What's messed up is that Gideon had like video evidence of everything, and it pretty much showed what he did and what they did without any confusion whatsoever. He even told the security guard, "Hey, we could turn this camera off, and I'll show you exactly what happened." And they're just like, "No, just move." And it's, bro, what? So he makes it to Tommy. Tommy actually knows who he is. Because he goes up there and he was just like, "Gideon?" And he was like, any black person could look like that, they actually had like a fun time talking to each other. So it felt kind of like a stab in the back when Tommy comes out and says, "I'm sorry that everybody was harassed by this one person. I should really take care of my people." And it's just like,
And like, no, he wasn't
Bro.
even nice about it. Like he was mad rude about it. He was, now
Was he?
on. Yes, no, he was like in his face. He was nice about it, but on camera and YouTube, he was all types of assholes and whatnot. I was like, oh, okay, so it's like that.
I swore he was just being very apologetic.
Mm.
I swore he was being very apologetic about it, saying
If
like, "I'm
that
sorry
if
about
that
it."
was the case, Gideon wouldn't have had such an issue with his
Well,
take on it.
I guess you're right. Because Gideon he was just like, "Wait, this is kind of fucked up. Why did you? No, we were having a good time there. What happened?"
At the end of the day, he's annoying. He knows, he's very well aware that he's annoying. That's not what sets him off. What sets him off is people trying to play him.
I mean, I think it is what it is. If you're the kind of person who does that kind of stuff, and you kind of attract that kind of thing,
Which is true.
people will have really adverse reactions to it. Like,
I mean, he went to a so-called racist town and proceeded to
he went
troll,
to the most racist town in America.
actively went around asking people questions and like how to find KKK members and such. Like literally,
The heck?
Right.
That's ridiculous.
So
yeah.
people think, all right, so this is where like my line of thinking just differs. People think that's funny, right? People find that entertaining, and that's kind of funny. Me, I'm just like, this man's about to get himself shot. Like, what is he doing over there? That's me. But most people don't think like me, and I'm sure if anybody saw the same video, you'd probably find some humor in it. But this man was in the most racist town in America, and he decides to walk around saying, "So where's the leader of the KKK?" He he walks into a Walmart, and some dude actually calls him out and says like, "Hey man, what are you doing?" I mean, if you really want to find the leader of the KKK, he's here. But like, be careful. Like, and it was like some really nice white gentleman telling him to be careful.
And at the end of that, he pretty much concluded, okay, the town's not all that racist. It's just a select few people. After went through all that, like he went here and there, and pretty much no one really had a problem.
He was
just
very vying for it. He was really trying to get it though. Like,
oh no, he was aiming for to catch something on camera. Absolutely,
right. And I don't.
That's inviting some bad juju, though.
Yeah, I don't.
And that's what he does.
Yeah, and I don't know what the mission. I just hope he does not get hurt. All right, just like, hope he doesn't get into anything shitty than what he's been through before.
Because he will. He can only tempt fate for so long.
Yeah, exactly.
You go straight into the hornet's nest and you go knocking around. I don't really necessarily care if it's the worst case scenario. He's gonna invite something.
Yeah.
Yeah. Don't be shocked when you get stung.
Yeah. Like, you're literally shooting for the moon here for actual asshole like activity. You're definitely gonna get something.
Yeah,
pretty
except
much.
this time the moon will shoot back. Yeah, so
I just find it interesting that he's entirely self-aware. It's like he's not doing it for clicks, not doing it for views. From what he says, like he says he just has. He claims to have a general interest in this.
anyone can say
He
that.
claims
I'm
he
good at this.
he claims.
A lot.
I'll give him this amount of credit. Like, he's not doing the like typical clout chasing type of vibe. Like, it's hard to explain. Like, you have to watch. Like,
Oh man, that sounds like cloud chasing to me.
no. Like, it's really hard to explain. Like, it's his demeanor and the way he goes about it is not like the typical clout chasing like attitude or approach. Even though he's doing those activities.
I mean, he's making content, but he's also riding a fine line.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
There's really no point.
I mean, it depends. People like watching stupid and jerky people doing stupid and jerky things.
Yeah, but it has no other value than doing stupid, jerky
It
things.
doesn't necessarily add to society or value of the
Yeah,
community, does it?
and he might get himself killed. So I mean, what's the
So,
gain?
You need to have
Well,
some sort of
well,
motivation.
I mean,
Yeah.
outside of crossing I can't even say personal. What would you call, like, he's not getting in anyone's faces. He's not antagonizing anybody. Like, he walks up to people and asks them questions, and like he knows, like you know, like I don't know, like how far, like in my opinion, he can't be any more docile about it, other than just not doing it at all.
So, okay, what was his thing going to Tommy Ennett's line? It's like the reason why he was there in the first place is because he was banned on Twitch, and it was TwitchCon.
Correct. It was TwitchCon.
So,
Right.
So, like, I feel as though his presence just being there was enough for him to be like, haha, Twitch, I'm here anyway, even though you banned me.
But he never said those things or did those things. You see the issue.
He didn't have to say it. I mean, he was
That's
just...
not true. You just can't. Just because you get banned from Twitch doesn't mean you're banned from TwitchCon, unless they verbally tell you so.
Right. So, like, his presence at TwitchCon is more or less just him, like, saying, like, they didn't ban me from here, right? But he went into Tommy Ennett's line, and
Correct.
he basically was acting like a rowdy fan until he's, shouting in people's ears, being loud. That could annoy some people. And
Absolutely.
he triggered two females who was... I said that, sorry. Two women.
Well, too late. We're here now.
Two women who were very annoyed and said, hey, you can get in front of us because we really just hate you right now. They legit said, we don't like you, so get in front of us so that you can get there faster, right? Now, his thing is saying that he was just being a regular Tommy Ennett fan, but I think his general purpose of doing all of that was just to be annoying and just psyching up some conflict a little bit there, because he knew what he was doing.
Now, the annoying part, yes, but the purposefully causing conflict, you can't prove that, and that's the problem with him.
Well, okay, so when you bring a bunch of, shirtless guys into a Best Buy, what's your goal there?
Okay, you know what? Okay, I'll fold on that one. Yeah, no, he was testing the waters with that one.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Like,
This is why we get
like-
stupid signs on everything.
Like, he walks up to like the line of like trolling and like illegal / personal space, and like just stays on that line and doesn't cross it, at least not yet anyway. And he like pushes people's comfort, and it's totally intentional. And I don't know. I agree at the end of the day that he's extremely annoying, but at the end of the day, like, you can't lie and say that he's doing anything illegal.
I'd say if they would have just said that he was just being very loud, it would have been just like, listen, just calm down, don't shout. That's it. I'm sure he would have been fine by
No, like their goal was to get him kicked out of that specific area.
Yeah.
That was the goal.
Yeah. Like, in a scenario where you have a very loud fan, it can happen, but like, they didn't have to really
But
lie.
for real, like, if not him, it would have been some random bystander. Like, it's like, the point is, you just can't do that. It doesn't matter who the person is.
What's more disappointing to me, and I'm gonna have to rewatch the video that Tommy Ennett, after saying like, hey man, you're Gideon, and he was just like, hey, and then he goes on to his YouTube channel and says, I'm sorry that this asshat was in the line being very, like, what? Bro, what?
Right.
I thought we were cool. That Gideon thought they were cool too. What, the Last Order just being an accessory? No, he's not an
What?
accessory.
What?
He's Anya.
What's that about an accessory?
You're apparently an accessory.
I am.
Guess we're just gonna have to put you back in the closet.
I am, Jams. I am just an accessory. I'm pointing at the sun.
Thank you for the photo. If that's what they look like, that's
Wow, look at Solus' new photo.
Yeah, I was looking at that. I was like, wait, when did that change?
If you knew where the previous photo came from, you'd been like, bro, change that.
Well, no, listen, they were covered. Fine.
I was like, you know what? I feel bad about this. If anyone actually knew where this is from, you know what? I'll change it up anyway.
who didn't get to that point.
Sock might have known. Sock knows everything.
But I think we can all agree, big businesses, they have favoritism.
Of course.
No question.
What? No. Crazy.
So
That's,
all right,
I know, right?
I lost myself and forgot what I was looking at in the subject line.
Peanuts.
More politics and more conflicts.
Yeah, so about that
boy.
geopolitical positioning of certain
I love
Asian
it.
country.
Oh, okay. Wait, you said you put something
Oh
up here.
goodness.
Oh, okay. Disney's Dreamlight Valley, which
Oh, yeah.
is
Winnie
that's-
the Pooh. Winnie the Pooh. Wait, what?
that's the Animal Crossing Disney that you were talking about.
Yeah, yeah. It's really fun. Do we want to talk about that next? Just a quick thing or what? Because you have other important stuff to go through. Let's go through the important stuff first. That's just really a small thing.
It's already on screen.
Why?
It's already on screen.
Okay.
Just give us the cliff notes. What was so interesting about this?
It's really fun game. As you can see from the screen there, your character is the one right beside Belle. So you're an older character in a sense, and you're trying to get basically everybody lost their memories in this Dream Valley place.
There once
And it's
was
up to you to restore them by getting rid of the corruption and doing all sorts of tasks.
Typical
And-
RPG.
Typical
Hey guys,
RPG. Well,
I'll give you 300 Nook miles for Buzz Lightyear.
Yeah, so the
It's really
funny
good
thing
mouse
is,
tickets.
what feels good about it is that you don't start off in debt. Like you're just doing it because you want to save everybody.
Okay.
No,
I like that. No
yeah,
debt.
you're not indebted to anybody. You can do whatever the heck you want. But like your goal is to try and save this place and try and save everybody and bring them back to this place.
Why would I
But
want to save? Why would I want to save Disney?
Because Belle and Moana and
Oh, I can give you a reason. You see Wreck-It Ralph back there? He does not deserve
Yeah.
all this.
yeah, Wreck-It Ralph is there.
And Wally, Wally is there. He definitely
Wally is
does
there.
not. He does not deserve anything like that.
All right, but does it have Master Yensid?
No.
Hey,
All right,
hey,
then
with
I'm not
this.
interested.
Wait. What if it does? What if it does? I don't know.
Still,
Merlin's
still
there.
When
Merlin's
I
here.
see
Yeah.
when I see Master Yensid, I'll give it a try.
There's Timon and
Wow.
Pumbaa.
I
It's
mean, do you have Game Pass?
No.
Oh, okay. It's included in Game Pass. That's why I'm playing it. I'm making use of the stupid Game Pass. But
Oh,
yeah.
Watch out with some of those models.
Yeah.
There's someone's gonna rip it, and you're gonna see some weird stuff online.
oh god.
Oh, heck yeah. I mean, okay, so funny thing, right? The funny thing. The first they have like a kind of a quote unquote battle pass, but it's all in-game currency. But they have a battle pass where the first costume you can get, the first special costume is the freaking what do you call it? Incredibles costume. Like for the females at least, because they made a female character. It's the low cut hero costume of one of the, I think it's the younger. I think it's like the daughter.
Unfortunately, I did
Yeah.
not see Master
Incredibles?
Yensid.
Oh,
Oh no,
yeah.
I'm sure the Incredibles are in there, but I did not see Master Yensid.
Yeah, so the outfits are there, and yeah, the posterior is very well defined on that costume.
Oh,
It's a very Game Loft. It's produced by Game Loft. It's developed and produced.
Oh,
by
Game Loft? Oh
It's
no.
a very Game Loft game. But
Oh,
it is-
no.
it's very consumer friendly right now.
No.
I haven't seen an in-store shop.
Oh, Scrooge
An
is in
in-game
there.
store.
yeah.
Scrooge.
Yeah.
Wait, Scrooge is poor. Holy shit, that's new.
Yeah, but
Oh
there's
wow,
no
this game's
in-game
super
store yet.
unrealistic. Then I'm not touching.
know, right? But so far it's been fun. So far it's interesting. Like I don't know. I'm only upset that there's no actual voice lines. They just do one-liners and stuff, but there's no actual. voice
Oh,
lines.
really?
It's made by
Yeah.
Gameloft, man.
Well, I mean, Gameloft is also making the Disney kart racer
Yeah.
that my friend
see?
Alex, what do you call this? Like played the beta of, and it's really good. From
Mm.
what we've seen her play,
Mm.
it looks really good and it plays really nice.
Mm.
Like it's very much as polished as what like a Mario Kart is.
Oh, we'll see. We'll
Yeah.
see. We'll see when the game when the game comes out. We'll see what happens.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
But-
I don't know,
'cause-
I'm excited. I'm honestly excited because those properties like Animal Crossing and Mario Kart need rivals
You
to
think
improve.
Disney would
I think so.
start? I mean,
I think so. I think if Disney really puts their foot on this and like make sure that it becomes because right now like it's early access, but the quality is quite good already. There's still a couple of bugs here and there, but right now it's a very polished game. So if they put their like if they make sure that this game gets the attention and polish that it needs going forward,
let me ask
I
you
c-
something.
Hmm.
Is it free to play?
No,
It's not free to play.
it's not free to play.
It's buy
What's
to
the
play.
price?
It's buy to play,
Okay.
and the currency you earn is only in game. So from what I can tell so far,
So
I
why?
haven't seen any ability to buy anything.
So it also
Like-
has a battle pass in it.
It has it has a what do you call this? Kind of like a daily pass, but you buy it with in-game currency.
So is this a live service game?
I don't know. Maybe
I
in
would
the
have
future
to
it might.
guess. Like
But
with
I
that
don't know.
kind of model, like that'd have to be some type of live service.
Yeah, but from so far, like the only things that are in that pass are all cosmetic stuff. Nothing important at all. All cosmetic.
Let's check something here.
This honestly feels a lot like The Sims happening.
Mm-hmm. And there's like like the items that they have on there. There's gonna be items of a variation in game itself, so you're
Everybody's
not
talking
really
about
missing out.
how it looks.
It's garnered very positive reviews on Steam.
Ooh, one of those comments said, "Being a Floridian."
Oh
You scroll
no!
up, I could read the rest of that. That looks like that was going to be a good comment.
Florida man.
He knew what he was doing.
I'm surprised no one was talking about Moana feet in there.
Oh my god.
They've been talking
No.
about Moana feet since Moana came out, so
Oh, they're getting tired of it. They're looking for new ones.
yeah, I mean she's like barefoot the entire movie.
Yeah.
I
That
don't
was
know.
something we don't know.
I mean,
Now Ariel's feet, that's rare.
I'm going to be very cautious about this one.
Oh yeah. I am too. It's Game Loft after all. But I'm cautiously optimistic. I want it to succeed because I would like there to
Mm.
be a competent challenger to Animal Crossing.
I do too.
Skepticism.
Of course.
Yes, your name.
Skepticism.
Yes, that is your name. What of it?
Honestly, yeah, we need to be careful because essentially since this is Game Loft, they kind of have a little bit of a history. But if they do well with this game, fine. I'll be happy.
Yeah, we'll
All
see.
things considered,
Yeah.
I don't really feel like Animal Crossing is the main competitor here, though. I think I'm starting to agree with the idea of it being more like Sims. Like, there have been games like that well before Animal Crossing was popular. It didn't really blow up until now, you
Mhm.
know? Like, New Horizons, and really, it got us lucky break with the pandemic.
Yeah.
How many people really played the game right before, which was New Leaf, you know?
Right, yeah. But
Mhm.
Anima, right away, we can catch and eat the fish. Remember what I said before to you? That was my biggest gripe with Animal Crossing.
Yeah, I mean, there's so many games you can catch and eat fish, though. Like,
I'm just saying it's a day one feature.
no, I'm thinking back to Resident Evil 4, like way back when.
Resident Evil 4 isn't a real game anymore.
It's
more
like
an accessory now.
It will be a real
Then
game.
I'm about to say which version.
I know, that's what I'm saying. It's an accessory.
It's about to get really real.
It's coming from the accessory.
Exactly.
All right, I guess he knows best.
I don't know. It's fun, and if you have Game Pass, you might as well. That's why I haven't spent anything. That's why I'm like happy because I haven't spent a single dime on it. So
That Game Pass is for what system?
PC and Xbox.
Okay. And how much is it a month?
I forget how much I'm paying.
So
I
wait,
think
wait,
around
wait.
11.
So it does have a Game Pass kind of thing? Do you really have to pay for that, or is it just a
No.
system?
No. The Xbox Game Pass.
Oh, okay, sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's $10. Isn't that just $10?
Yeah, it's like $11 or $12 here because Monopoly money.
Yeah,
a month though, right?
you're gonna stop mocking your own currency.
You know I'm not, right? Never.
Maple leaves.
He comes back down. He was just like, I only have Canadian money, and it's like maple syrup and like pine cones.
Oh man, if only I was lucky enough for maple syrup.
I think this one has me questioning a little bit of things here. So
Yeah.
So Sega dropped this very interesting trailer. Looks pretty okay. Hey, what's up? Hey, what's up, Mist? It's a better trailer than
Oh,
what
no, it's
we've
Sonic.
got before, right? Can we agree that the trailers that they were showing before was kind of not as good?
Oh, no.
they were-
It's really
Oh,
bad.
Oh
at
no, they
making
were.
trailers.
They absolutely were. The trailer, it wasn't even the issue. It was that freaking nut ass, whack ass alpha gameplay. Why? Waste of time.
So I think everybody had that same sentiment where they were just like, why give us this if you already had all this just set up, or at the very least something similar or something better set up? You should have showed this before, or at the very least wait and showed this before than that alpha that we got. And I'm not really too sure what the thought process was for that.
I guess. Listen, some group of people thought that would look impressive.
Listen, I'm gonna say it. I'm gonna say it loud and proud. Sonic fans will take anything at this point.
Oh no, Cal!
That's
No,
pretty
no,
true.
You know,
Cal!
you know,
Cal! I'm sorry to say this, but the
that's
Sonic
actually
community,
not true.
yeah, the Sonic community attacked them for that.
I know.
See, they get mad, but they still buy the games.
True,
Yeah, that's
that's
true.
true.
A lot of people do, yeah.
Yo, can we talk about the puzzle part? It legitimately talked about, interesting puzzles. You ran in a circle and you hit something through a hole. Are we for real that this is a puzzle?
Look, we're not gonna
This
act
just looks like normal stuff you do.
We're not gonna act like that's a big deal. But I am gonna say I stopped buying the games since Shadow the Hedgehog. Okay, I get mad, justified.
You bought Sonic Generation though.
No, I did not.
No, he didn't.
I thought you did. Didn't you? Did you not? It's either that or Sonic Colors. I'm not really too sure which one.
I don't think he bought that either.
Did he?
Neither.
Yeah, like he borrowed it or was around to see the gameplay and the
Marcus
story.
let me use Generations. I didn't even play Colors.
Yeah,
Oh,
he's
didn't even-
been pretty adamant about that.
So he hasn't bought a game. Okay.
No, not
But-
only Mania, and that made sense.
But I can't even say guess. My calculated, highly planned and calculated theory continues to be, at the moment anyway. Watch. I'm telling you, it's every 10 years, bro. Every 10 years
I'm
is
not waiting till the 40th anniversary to say
every
that holds true.
every 10th or 11th year, that Sonic game is the good one. You can look at all the history. It's the truth.
I'm
This is that year.
okay, so our main man, who's usually the head producer of Sonic the Hedgehog, I've said it once already that I wanted that man to retire. But I think he should still, because I don't know what his plan was to show something so questionable than give us, oh, okay, this trailer actually looks okay. It's better focused, gives us more gameplay, doesn't look like it's half-assed. I don't know what the thought process was that. I just don't know.
So, did you see the thing I just posted?
Let's see what you post here.
It was posted quite a while back. Like, just take a second to look at the similarities of that. And
What is this?
look at the year that this was posted.
2015.
Yeah. Apparently, this guy was hired to work on the project. So no wonder this looks exactly like the kind of thing that's going on.
I think I'm looking at like Super Smash Brothers version Sonic. I don't know. It just looks.
It's definitely an import, but this is straight up Unreal Engine stock asset. And that's why people were kind of clowning on it, is because it looks like stock assets just placed on a landscape for reasons, it doesn't even explain itself.
Oh yeah, that's
It looks like Assassin's Creed Odyssey. That's why it looks familiar. Stock Unity assets.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. And that's the whole thing. Like when you see it like this, and you're like, "Wait a second, the world's already seen this before." Yeah, it did 7 years ago.
That's Smash Bros. Sonic. That's
Like, yeah, they've cleaned it up a little bit, but honestly, it's the exact same thing that we're really looking at. So,
Dear God.
I don't know, man. I think this game, it'll be for someone, but I just don't think it's going to be a big thing that everybody's going to be happy with.
so
Because they're not telling us about any of the mechanical features of it. Like, they keep talking about a combo system. Oh, we have auto combos. Yeah, cool.
What does that even mean?
Yeah, what does that mean if we don't know what the combos are, or even what the combos are supposed to be at all? Like, what are you doing here?
So I have a fear because we've gotten reports. If you watch, I think Skeptic, you watch Premi. I watch the Sonic Show. In terms of news and information, they talked about how they got there's actually information that's been spreading around more about Sonic Frontiers, how the cyber worlds or the cyberverse is basically going to be like Sonic. What was it? Man, I had to block it out of my mind. Sonic Forces, kind of like Sonic Force size levels, right? And the main focus is what they call like a zone, like an open zone world. So that's the main focus, and the cyber worlds are like the side focus. But these cyber worlds are from past games, except for that one that looks like it's just a bunch of highways, like something of, I think, Empire City. People were trying to guess where it's from. But they said that people came back who played a better version of the demo, and they had positive things to say about it. And unfortunately, they're under NDA because they can't talk too much about it, and that's kind of dumb. Speed high.
Circle of life.
Look, man, I don't know. Look, I'm gonna say this: this game doesn't have to be amazing. Okay, if it's a prototype for Sonic Adventure 3, that's the game that if they mess it up is gonna really cost them.
Yeah.
That's basically what we're looking at here. If you really think about it this way, Izuna specifically said, you know, this is what we're doing to experiment with how we're going to approach Sonic Adventure 3. Sonic Adventure 3 has something similar with the adventure stages. Mystic Ruin, Station Square, Egg Carrier. It's the same exact idea. But the key here is that they're executing with the intent to try this again with a similar formula. If they hold true to that, if they get this completely wrong, they can at least course correct for the next game. If this was about to be Sonic Adventure 3, I'd be steaming mad because the fans have been asking for that for years, and they're absolutely not going to want to drop the ball on that one. So this game can be absolute doo-doo butter. I don't care. It just has to pass and then be improved upon. Because if they don't even make enough to like get the budget going for another game that's going to make a difference, then we've really pretty much just lost. And yes, I am a Sonic fan. Yes, I am
the budget ain't the problem.
That does not care. Oh, the budget definitely is the problem.
Honestly, Sonic Adventures. Why can't they make another Sonic Adventures?
Don't ask.
I make that argument about the budget because the two Sonic movies are very successful.
That's
beyond what they thought they would do.
Okay.
Translate directly to
Yeah, that's a movie company getting it compared to what Sega's pumping into them.
Sega made a deal with a movie studio.
How much money Sega gets from those?
They're going to get a large chunk from that. But
that's actually divulged.
Sega made a deal, and they partnered up with a movie studio that has arguably more money than they do to make the movies. See what I'm saying? Like, that's maybe some of that money is gonna be dropped onto the new Sonic game. Don't know. I think it's more or less gonna go into Sonic 3 the movie, which is now in production. But like, I have to agree with Anima. I would be pissed if this was supposed to be Sonic Adventure 3 and they were just like, oh, it was almost there. Nah, we changed it a bit. We're too scared to let go of the Unleash
Where's all
formula.
this aside from the history? Unless it is just a history. Where is this judgment coming from?
Which judgment?
You, Sync,
So
everybody.
I'm questioning what you're asking about.
So, okay, let me clarify something. Skeptic, you are a fan of the Unleash version of Sonic, right?
Who the hell isn't?
I mean, people
people
like the
half
Unleash
of the
version,
game.
right? And there are people who don't like much. They're good with it, but you know, some of
Y'all are
us,
weird.
some of
That's
us,
the best modern Sonic has ever looked.
some of us are also fans of the adventure formula. I'm sorry, I said formula, but you get what I'm
Formula.
saying here. You get what I'm
Okay.
saying here. We've been asking, and when I say we, I mean the Sonic fan base, for Sonic Adventure 3 for like 20 years. And it's never been fulfilled, even though Sonic 06 was supposed to be something of a Sonic Adventure 3, and that flopped.
Mm.
When they completely abandoned that for the Sonic Unleashed formula, which they used for like 15 years now, maybe even a little bit more. And for me personally, I kind of would like to see an adventure formula, like in a momentum-based kind of Sonic game. Once
I
more.
see. I see no reason why it can't be both.
You can't really have like a momentum base if you're using a boost formula, which all of your speed is going through. Don't you think? Like as soon as you press a button, you're a blue meteor.
All right, hold on. This is where me and you split. I need to figure out what the original question is before we go any further. What was the judgment you were talking about? Where's the judgment coming from?
Like all of you are giving off. All five of you
Mm-hmm.
are giving off the impression that this game is about
Leave
to be
Calcor out.
garbage.
Leave Calcor out of this.
Listen,
The Sonic
I've
fans
I've
and the
always
game.
made my case. I've always made my case. I don't like Sonic. I don't like Sonic games. Therefore, I'm not gonna say anything.
I don't even care for Sonic. I'm just pissed off about what Ubisoft's doing.
Well,
I'm
my
personally
about
not
Sonic.
thinking this game's about to be garbage. I'm just saying it doesn't have to be great because the next game is going to matter more.
I honestly, my biggest thing is, I just think it doesn't look like its premise really was fleshed out, and they're not doing a good job of explaining themselves to us for us to get hyped behind the game, because we're looking at it going, what is this like 30 FPS like just mess of a video they're giving us? It's nothing like, say, Street Fighter, their recent stuff they're putting out. It's hype as hell.
Yep.
You want to play that game.
Yep.
Sonic, we're looking at it going, what the hell is this game?
Yeah.
We have no idea what it really is, and it's still
There's
not
no
explaining it.
context.
All right, I'll help you out with that. There's too much information out on the game right now. Actually, I'm trying to avoid it. First of all, you actually can go check out and really understand what the heck they're talking about. But they're also not trying to like reveal so much of the story beats. There's an air of mystery they're trying to create with this. They can't just give it all away, or else you're losing a whole part of what the game's supposed to be. Now, in some cases, I think that's stupid. In some cases, I think it doesn't really what am I trying to say? It doesn't really work well, like Multiverse of Madness. All right, like I went in looking for a team up between Wanda and Doctor Strange, and well, if you haven't seen the movie, I won't spoil it for you, but that's not what I got.
It was a messy
A lot of people really got pissed about the movie Cabin in the Woods. Remember that film?
Oh my goodness gracious! Of all the movies to mention,
I mean, it's the perfect example of how they played it up as one thing and it turned out to be another thing, right? But like, I actually appreciated what it was because I'm not as much into horror as I am into comedy, and I really enjoyed the film. But the way that they presented it didn't really give you an idea of what you were in for. So
No, it really didn't.
expectations, right? That's one way you do it wrong. But like, I think what they're trying to do with this is because they're getting someone who's seasoned with writing stories for Sonic, as opposed to whatever the heck they've been doing prior to this, which has been absolute doo-doo butter, at least when it comes to story. All right, I don't necessarily care about what you think of the gameplay. I just got finished telling somebody my opinion of DMC Devil May Cry, where it's like, yeah, that game got a big thing wrong, and that was Dante and Virgil and the story. But it got a lot of things right, like the combat, the level design. The
Gameplay
level
was fun.
design was fantastic, by the way.
I enjoyed playing the game if you just ignore its title and the character names.
Yeah, it just didn't need to be a Devil May Cry game. That was
Like
the problem.
Assassin's Creed.
So I think that in this particular case, there is a lot of information, especially the whole ton of information that's been leaked. But like they're trying not to give too much away so that you can, be surprised when things happen. It's like that's kind of the key here, and that's probably why you're not sure if you're talking about the combo system and that's just the one trailer. Yeah, okay, we don't care because this is new to us. Period. We don't typically experience combos in Sonic games. All right, unless you're talking about Unleashed. All right, and I'm not gonna sit here and act like I like the part of Unleashed that involved stretchy arm werehog, shore hog Yukins, whatever the hell they were called.
Wait, what? They have
And that
short
really
version?
Yeah.
obnoxious song that made
Yeah,
me
pretty
hate
much.
jazz
Hey,
for the first time
Hey,
in my
listen,
life.
the
I love
jazz
that.
music is awesome.
The
And then
entire
it plays.
soundtrack is awesome. Just
Minus the
that one
battle theme.
song.
Minus
The
hearing.
battle theme was good. Okay,
Okay.
it's just it gets
obnoxious.
it nails it rails
It's-
on you.
It's you don't end fantastic like orchestrated jazz night music that is very specific to each specific level for
Man,
that nonsense.
it'd be kind of cool if they had specific battle music for each of those lands.
Yeah,
That
we
would
could
have been
have,
10 times. But you know what? They
aggressive
didn't even
mixes.
need it. Like, if you took that one song out of the whole OST, the quality of the
fine.
game increases.
Yeah, I would have actually played through the night stages.
True.
I really would have. Just that alone, all the other things would have been forgiven because the music is my favorite soundtrack of all of Sonic games, and that's saying a ton. That's saying so much. But anyway, yeah, look, come at this game all you want. The shield that I have for that, I'm not even defending it because I'm really not that guy. As much as a Sonic fan as I am, if I just turn on my camera, you'll see it. It's right behind me.
You don't have to turn. You don't have to. No, you don't have to turn on your
I
camera.
ain't gonna do it. But the point is, like, I am very, very strong opinion, aidedly. I don't know. I'm very, very adamant about the idea of not purchasing Sonic games if they're garbage. Okay. Now, I brought Sonic Mania immediately because it was made by the fans, and I put my money where my mouth was because for years I told Skeptic, and Skeptic told me if they let us make a Sonic game, we'd crush it, and I'd buy every single ounce of what that game had to offer, and I did. And that's
Yeah.
what's behind me.
Yeah,
Fantastic.
pretty much. It's like ever since the BTS and ATS, that's pretty much been the thing.
I should come out and just say I haven't bought a few of the Sonic games myself. So I never bought Sonic Forces. I borrowed that.
Who the hell
Because
bought Sonic Forces?
plenty? I
Somebody
bought.
did.
I got it for free on
Somewhere.
PlayStation Plus.
I know,
still
right?
haven't played it.
For the free.
So
Still
I-
haven't played it.
I made the biggest mistake of buying Sonic Boom, and
Who the hell bought Sonic Boom?
I
That's the
did.
best game ever.
I-
Don't
I bought
buy
it.
Sonic Boom. Watch the cartoon.
So
That's the
I,
best game.
I told GameStop that my disc was corrupted. What really happened is that I threw it in the toilet and it wouldn't work anymore. And I said, "Hey, can I return this? It's broken." And they gave me my money back.
Oh my god.
You threw it in the toilet?
I-
Were you trying to drown it?
I was
Oh
kind of
my
that
God.
pissed at it. So I was like, "No, I'm not gonna waste my money on this."
This is where you belong.
Oh no.
Doodle water, like I said.
And I immediately bought the digital collector's edition for Sonic Mania only because my bias runs strong for Sonic the Hedgehog 3 and Knuckles. So I knew what I was getting. But they gotta stop playing around with Sonic fans when it comes to these trailers and to their games, right? Like
I agree.
the only one that really got people so extremely hyped in the modern age, I would say, is Sonic Generation, where it was just like Sonic running around and we're like, what is this? What's going on? Slides under, runs a loop-de-loop. Then it's like, whoa, that's another Sonic. Is that like his son or his little brother or like what the fuck?
The entire concept of Sonic Generations was hype.
Like nobody knew what was going on, but they were just like, yo, this is kind of cool. We don't know. Did he procreate or something? And then it was just Then
Ew.
they started talking about the stages. Hey, what stages would you like to see in the game? And we were like, all this. And then
Awesome.
every trailer was different eras. It was hyping people up, and the game itself was really good, in my opinion. When it came out.
And that was 11 years ago.
Look, we're not gonna get into your stupid theory.
Oh, now it's a stupid theory. Okay.
I'm gonna keep. It's gonna get worse each time you bring it up. I'm gonna keep
And-
making
and
it
yet-
sound worse.
And yet, it's 100% accurate so far.
So I
Man.
think
Alright, prophecy.
Kazu. I'm sorry, I can't say his name right now.
Banjo Kazooie.
Fail.
Oh, a better game. Anyway, yeah. Listen, I think the man gets an active brain cell every 10 years, maybe. I don't know. It's just
Yeah,
I
pretty
can't-
much that. Yeah.
No, he's being humbled right now. If you really want to think about it, he's finally like, all right, you know what? Because I'm obviously not getting anywhere, being stubborn, and just doing whatever the hell I want. Like the fans are genuinely pissed, and they have been for a long time. Let me just try, because I've seen what happened with the movie. See, there's so much evidence right now surrounding the Sonic brand that if the fans get a say, there's a win, right?
Oh, that rhymed.
If you really think about that.
what sucks is that so the Sonic games have been doing not great until they went back to 2D, but then they're good with music. Everybody thinks that the music is always
That's a
good.
whole other interview.
And
we're not gonna talk
well,
about that.
here's the thing. Now people are like, "Oh, well, Sonic also did great in movies." Weird, isn't it? Like, how is it that their games are kind of shitty? I don't get
Everything
it.
but the games are good right now. Everything around Sonic has been great except for the goddamn games for the longest time. But literally, anytime it was about to not be good, fan input made it better. And it's almost as if the people who are most willing to throw money your way for this particular media would be the fans, and you should probably cater to them. I don't know if that just, doesn't strike me or you as a competent business plan to like actually give the fans what they want, but I personally think
You gotta talk to the main man. You said he's humbled now, because
look, he looks like he's been humbled. He used to just not care. You could feel it and you can hear it and you can see it.
You can smell it.
You can smell the fear in this man. Like he's really about to lose his job. Like I'm just
man's
like, I
on
don't
his
remember the last
last
time this
legs.
man has been.
it's a
like,
rare. It's like a
sweating
rare
this
occasion.
much.
This is why Skeptic was just like, it's kind of rare for you to agree on one thing. It was just like, yeah, this man should be fired. I was just like, this
really,
man.
he probably is about to be, for all I know.
I was like, this man needs to retire. And then Anna was just like, yes, something needs to give.
Honestly, the only thing that confuses me about Sonic is whenever they did the racing game, why wasn't Sonic running?
Wait, I mean, it's.
Go play
Well, you're
Sonic.
gonna
So-
be more specific. If you mean Sonic, if you mean Sonic and All-Star Racing transformed,
So, funny thing, they actually addressed that in the game.
Oh,
So,
would it be unfair?
yes.
Yes.
he actually says it in the game. He's like, Tails, make me a car. If I ran, I would win. So he made
Yeah.
a car.
and then
likes to
it's
have
just like,
So funny to
I'm
me.
just gonna say it now. He could run on water, he can run on land, but I don't think he could fly.
Well,
So in the
you're right
in the
about that.
sequel, the justification for him having a cartoon.
But he does have the Chaos Emeralds on him apparently, so he could just go supersonic probably.
Boost.
I mean, listen, if you really want to go that route, just go feel the sunshine, okay? Does it brighten up your day? Don't you feel
A
that sometimes you just need to
cloudy day.
run away?
You did this to yourself. Where's that soundtrack?
Everybody
Reach out.
supersonic racing.
You've
Gotta
done
put your feet right on the ground.
you've done this to yourselves.
Wait. Are you gonna punish all of us for his mistake? No.
Yes,
No, that's copyright.
No, it's not actually.
He's got the secret sauce.
Not the instrumental one. Haha.
Can't we just play the Papaya song from 14 and call it a day?
No.
No, that one's definitely copyrighted.
Yeah.
Oh no, it's not.
Oh no.
It's
Well, I
not.
control the soundtrack.
I mean, if you really want to think about it, the only time I really wish he would have ran and shitted on somebody is when it
You
was
want the
Sonic
lyrics?
Riders. You're supposed to be the fastest thing alive. What a joke! And he just starts running by him backwards and then flips him off and then like somebody animated that and I'm just like, yeah, that's exactly how that cut is going down. Like, fuck you, motherfucker, and then just fucking eat all of the blue dust.
Ate my short.
And then did another lap around them just for fun.
Eat my ass, Robotnik.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Somebody tells you to eat their ass.
Wow.
I have
Jermaine, no.
I have two games.
That's no good.
Two
New meaning
games.
to chili dogging.
I got two games for you guys. I'm pretty sure Anima's already started playing this. Somebody posted this. I think was it you or was somebody else? I think it was Panic.
What is this? Define what this is.
He posted Sonic and the Fallen Star.
Is that the new song?
No, that's a whole entire fan game.
Oh yeah, those I haven't checked those out.
And I co-signed onto him with Sonic Triple Trouble 16. Triple Trouble. Oh god.
Triple Tribber.
Yo, if you guys don't know, if you don't like Sonic games, you should go check out the Sonic fan games. You know why? Because the Sonic fan game community has its own convention. Okay. Like,
Oh, yeah,
it's
they're
so
amazing.
freaking humongous, and there's so many great developers and just artists and like people with no better time on their hands, crushing, making Sonic games that is mind-boggling.
They have a Discord that's really amazing too.
They have a
Yeah.
whole community. Like, you know how Mario has a community of ROM hacks? Sonic probably has a bigger one, but like these are people are completing their Sonic projects that's taken them 10 years to make. And they're really
A lot of
good.
Great stuff.
Okay, but can you tell these people to complete Shenmue instead? That series needs.
Why?
A
Why do we need to complete Shenmue?
Because it's a good story. It's just a shitty.
I'm gonna rip you off that series.
Alright,
I
I'm
will.
gonna go
It was a
ahead.
product of time.
Listen, I'm gonna say this much: Shenmue's too boring.
No.
It is though.
It's too boring.
Even what I remember of the first game when I was a kid, you know what I ended up doing in that game? I ended
Wait.
up just going to the arcade every single day and playing the arcade games.
You do mini games.
You
And
did it.
then I
It's
did it
just-
so much, they're just like, yo, here's the home console for this if you want to play it. You have to go to the arcade. I'm like, bet. Oh, wait.
You want to talk about like the most nostalgic, goggle-wearing
Oh yeah, Jams.
people? It's just people who are like Shenmue was good, and I'm like,
What?
probably.
So
Wow.
Jams, Little Miss Bacon's answering your question. Sonic Underground, with the siblings and stuff, and we
Yeah,
don't talk
Sonic
about that
Underground
cartoon.
was the one with the siblings that had a band, and we're just like, huh.
Oh yeah.
And there was that one scene of the robot baby being like dropped off a cliff or whatever.
Can
Wait,
we
was that the one where they had to swim down to the bottom of the lake to get the 1 coin a day or something like that?
I think so.
The main
Uh,
series.
Can we appreciate how Jaleel White played all three of the hedgehogs? He basically voiced all three of them.
Which
And
one
none
are
of
you
them
talking
sounded like
about?
Urkel. Shockingly.
I mean, He was a pretty talented voice actor.
Yeah,
Yes,
he
he
is.
is.
He's a sports columnist writer right now, isn't he?
I
don't
think
know.
that's what I heard.
I don't know.
I think that's what I heard too.
If he has a podcast, I'm there. I'm gonna read him next, okay?
I know Sonic is at this point. Why is it the fans that can do better than the official?
Just say it. He's dead. He's gonna get on with your
No.
life.
Why did the fans do better?
Why?
They care.
Why?
They care more than Sega does.
Yeah. Just
That's my honest feeling behind it. Sega's been directionless for a very long time.
Okay, I went to go look up.
Soulless.
I went.
Wait, Solus. So I was streaming on one game that you probably know is out there, but people are trying to revive it. But there's only like 2 people working on it right now. I've been playing WildStar.
Oh man, I
Wow.
love Rockstar. I
Wow.
thought the game had a lot of potential, and it just
It just, yeah.
their back end was messed up. They couldn't stop the hackers. The housing issue led to some outlandish problems. Even though it had some really good ideas, it's just man.
It's an NC soft game. That's why.
Well,
I
the
was
other
in
thing
the
is
Discord server before you.
the
You were
dungeons-
there?
I've been in
So-
that Discord server for like 2 years.
Oh,
So
God.
the dungeons for that game too, because it was made by a lot of people that did original World of Warcraft, and for whatever reason they decided they wanted to make the harder versions of the dungeons crazy hard, and there was no step up from it. It went from like, okay, everything's pretty easy to what in the Christ is happening?
Yeah, they wanted to cater to the hardcore. That was
But
their
they
biggest mistake.
can't do that. You have to have,
Yeah.
and they didn't. So people tried it, in some classes were non-viable because I was playing one of the medic things in there, and it was virtually non-viable for
Was
that.
that the Esper? I think.
No, it was the one that had the like
It's
stupid
medic.
shock like
It's the
thing.
medic.
The
Yeah, the medic.
Okay.
The Esper is the one that's super good at literally everything. They were absolutely broken on every front.
So, I want to go ahead and go back to the Jalil White real quick. So, I typed in Jalil White because I want to see what he does now. And one of the thing is, you scroll down, it says people also ask, "Is Jalil White still rich?"
Oh,
Is he?
Is he?
is he?
That's a valid
Net worth
question.
of $8 million.
Is he
that's-
single?
For himself then.
No, I think he's got a kid.
Wait,
Oh,
why?
yeah.
Why would you
Yeah,
ask
he's got a
that?
kid. So I don't know why people ask that. I just found that funny, and I wanted to mention it.
Yeah, because he had a daughter in 2009.
Go broke. I mean,
Yeah. No, he's it's
DJ
good for him.
Jazzy Jeff, you know, not doing too good these days.
Oh,
People
DJ
talk about,
Jazzy Jeff. Yeah.
Like some people really, you know, if you think about it, a lot of these old school like rappers that still tour because they just didn't do anything smart with their money, they're broke. They're not necessarily like poor or broke in the sense of like they don't have anything because they are still who they are.
Mhm.
But they're not like Nick Cannon who took the money, you know.
And now he's hosting America's Got Talent.
Despite
Yeah,
all the
like-
weird things he says.
And all the weird things he's done.
Yeah, there's been a lot of stuff that honestly, if it was anybody but him, they would have been canceled a long time ago.
But he got money.
Mm,
You
yeah.
just can't cancel the rich like that.
And connections
And
galore.
children.
Whoa, all right. Not
The
just
what?
any children.
Wait, what? Oh, the name
Other
what?
powerful, very rich people. Anyway.
Oh,
the
that's
whole point I'm
interesting.
making here is just that, like, yeah, some of these like legends don't really have a lot of money. That's why you'll see that question every so often. Like, some people jump off the face of the earth because they don't have work. They don't have anything keeping their income or their lifestyle up. You know. Now, Eddie Murphy, he's chilling. He
Yeah.
just doesn't like doing
He's-
anything. He's
I
like,
think he's
got
doing a
family."
band now.
Yeah, like.
Have you heard his-
Ever heard his EP? No,
Yeah.
but I'm checking it out.
Yeah, you should. You should check it out on YouTube. He's got some pretty cool stuff. It's actually surprisingly good.
I mean, I wouldn't be surprised. He's got the money, time, and resources to really, you know, and the connections. I feel like when you have that, you can do whatever the heck you want. I don't know why I was surprised to see Jim Carrey had all this paint, like all these art, like, how do I say it? He had a whole art studio, you know? I learned this stuff from like comedians in cars getting coffee. And it's like, I actually just like want to know what's going on with some of these older comedians. Like, what are they doing now? And they're chilling. They're chilling, bro. They're not doing anything but what they want to do. Of course, they're going to be good at it. They already have a really great skill for learning and adapting and doing things like that. So, like, I wouldn't be surprised. Eddie Murphy already was kind of good if you really think about it. He was playing piano way back in what was it? What's the movie? Nutty Professor.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah,
that,
it was.
he already had musical talent.
He's very talented.
Yeah, he was always really good. It's like a
It's
lot
just-
of these
It's tax
actors
evasion.
had other skills. Well, that's I think Wesley Snipes.
Oh, that was Wesley Snipes. Oh, right.
Wesley
Oops.
Snipes.
Yeah,
that's why he,
Them.
That's why there was no fourth Blade movie.
Correct.
Oh
It's
yeah.
also not coming to the MCU in Blade of Sag. But you know what? Black community helping them out. Other like super powerful black stars are like, we're gonna put Wesley Snipes in this and that and this and that and the third because he's still a good actor. You know,
Mhm.
it's connections at that point. He's not even gonna be broke. But some are going to be broke. So that's an interesting question to see on Google, but it's completely valid if you really do your digging.
I don't know. It's just funny that that appears as something that gets asked.
But that's good that
Oh.
he's good with his money.
All right. So Solus,
Mm-hmm.
out of the 3 that I copied from you, you picked the last one. Pick the last one we're going to be talking about. So out of those 3, not the one with the comic zone, but The 3 that you gave.
Yeah. I mean, we can. The HBO Max thing I found pretty interesting because have you guys heard that a movie recently got a movie got completely canceled? That was completely done after a test screening.
Yeah, which one? There was a couple.
Batgirl. Batgirl
Oh
got
yeah,
$20 million.
Yep.
And then right after that, HBO started laying people off for HBO Max, and they're looking like they're canceling a bunch of shows that they already had in the pipeline, even though they were successful. So I found that to be really interesting. There's a lot of weird stuff going on behind the scenes where people are starting to claim that the people that got fired were fired for the wrong reason, i.e., identity-based thing.
God damn. I know they're shrinking, but now they're just making things up for people getting fired? Is that what it is?
So we don't know exactly why they're saying it, and we don't know the statistics behind it, but I do find it very interesting to kind of like observe it and see it, because like Peacemaker did pretty well on HBO Max. There's a chance we're not going to get to see it. There's other shows like His Dark Materials. You guys know about the Golden Compass movies and stuff like that?
Yep.
Same book, but looks like BBC may not be able to get the funding behind it to do the new season because they were the ones helping fund behind it. So there's a lot of weird shows that like we might not see any more of that we've kind of taken for granted because they're all under that Warner umbrella.
Speaking of Batgirl, what happened to Batwoman?
Oh, that's been canceled.
Yeah, I know. I
That's been canceled a
just,
long while.
it's just,
Recently there's been a lot of talk about it because we're seeing a lot of the videos. Like you can go onto YouTube now and you can look up the Batgirl like live action stuff that was going on for stunt things, and there's like 20-30 minute like just things showing them in the towns doing the different stunts and all kinds of things, and it didn't look like it was badly choreographed. So something had to be going on with the writing for it to be completely canned after a test screening.
it got pre-canceled. That's interesting.
Yeah, which is weird. You would think that it would just be like, I mean, it's not going to make back the money, but let's throw it out there and see what we get out of it anyway. So it's very strange. Like, how bad would it have been for them to say, let's just eat that 90 million? That's insane to me. That amount of money just
Wasted?
like we know damn well they're going to use it for tax purposes. We know that's going to happen. But still, in the short term, that's a lot of money.
That's a lot of money.
And it looks like they're going to be putting it basically on the HBO Max platform, which is really strange considering HBO Max has been doing well compared to its counterpart, Netflix. Because Netflix has been bleeding numbers. Last I read about, they were like 70% down or something, like outlandishly down. And Disney's doing okay, but with the proliferation of all of these different groups, it's just mind-boggling that HBO Max would choose right now to pull back.
I'm still trying to get over the fact that so many cartoon shows have been canceled.
Yeah, there's a lot, and I'm just curious to see where it's gonna go.
I'm scared, but perhaps there's a reason for all the cancellations. Didn't they say it was for a tax reason?
More money in the pocket.
It's possible. I mean, that's how most of Hollywood works anyway, and why there's such quote-unquote creative accounting is because they're creatively showing losses where there are none, just so that they can have write-offs and be able to sit on that money.
Finished canceled shows boggle my mind.
It's because if they're no longer around and no longer existent on a network, the network doesn't have to pay royalties to the people who made it.
Right.
There's a lot of series right now that are disappearing off of all platforms.
Yeah, Uncle Grandpa left. That was the one that was sad.
People love that show.
Shockingly, yeah.
Although the stipulations of that name.
Wait, I have to ask. Because they're like the parasites that they are. Is Teen Titans Go still there?
I believe so.
Probably.
I believe that's on Cartoon
Like
Network.
a fucking cockroach.
I think it's on Cartoon Network, but that's it because I don't think it's on HBO Max.
Cockroaches.
Well, no, okay, so I'll admit, like the early couple seasons of Teen Titans Go was awful, but then the jokes started to get funny.
They became self-aware. That's
Yeah,
like,
one of my favorite jokes, and it's just a clip I saw, is where they're trying to sneak into the Joker's like mansion or like something, and it's Robin dressed as Jared Leto, Joker, and Cyborg is like, "What are you wearing?" Like, "I'm Jared Leto Batman." Cyborg slaps him on the back of the head, "Jared Leto," and it made me laugh.
now, how many kids are gonna look at that and be like,
That doesn't make any sense.
"Who's Jared Leto?
Oh, mommy, who's that?
Who's Jared Leto?" My God.
Step away from the TV show, son.
I'm an old head, so I miss just like regular Teen Titans, and
just watch Young Justice.
I'm not really vibing with Young Justice, honestly.
There's a chance that new Harley Quinn show is going to get canceled too.
That's also
yeah.
true, and I like the Harley Quinn show.
Apparently, it's been relatively popular.
Yeah, it was.
I mean, I've seen videos and gifs and all kinds of stuff of it everywhere.
It's been trending all over the place on Twitter when the new season came out. So I can only say I hope it doesn't go for at least until it finish, at the very least. Sorry, I'm listening to a lot of Sonic jams right now.
Opium.
Yeah.
I'm posting the clip in general.
Work it out. Okay. Oh, yep. I do actually remember that. Work it out. Think about. Oh, I
Sync
see.
I know you posted the video. We really didn't hit the subject, but I'm gonna give you a quote for one of the videos that you posted up there, because I think that would sum up the whole entire thing.
Go for it.
So, have you ever heard of Hanlon's razor?
Hamlin's razor?
Hanlon's razor.
Oh,
This is the quote from. Never attribute to malice that which can be Never attribute to malice that which is adequately explained by stupidity.
True.
Talking about the whole entire YouTube issue and that kind of stuff.
True.
Yeah.
I honestly think that's probably the more likely. And it's probably also the same reason for the Twitch stuff as well.
Oh, actually, speaking of the YouTube stuff, Kaif released a video recently.
Who?
I'm gonna post Kaif. He is a YouTuber from Wales that makes comedy videos.
Oh, I'll save the news about Halo for when Panic finally makes his way back. Since he's the residential Halo fan, he probably.
I'm gonna post this into subject.
Does Kaif know Connor though? That's the question.
Connor who?
Oh, Connor.
Yeah, just like what sword?
Connor.
I don't know who Connor is.
Sea Dog VI.
Cal, do you remember a sword being stuck in the ground?
He's also Bubby.
Yes, that's
what
a
sword?
movie.
You know, the sword that apparently just showed up and was kind of a major thing for whole expansion.
Sync. Like, even the game director has said, what sword? That there is no sword in Silithus.
It's so sad.
I wanted to slap him.
That is so sad. dude.
I really did. I wanted to slap him for that one. He was like, what sword? And we're like, I'm like, bro, I just got into this and you're saying what sword? Bitch, that thing you showed me in the fucking intro. We don't talk about the sword. Oh, okay, we don't talk about the sword. We just talk about dragons now?
Sync, I don't know what you're talking about. There is no sword.
So there's
There
this
is no
dragon
sword.
isle. That new dragon isle though.
We
There
don't
is no
talk
sword in
about that
Silithus.
sword. No, no, no. We don't talk about that sword.
It's you die comes out of nowhere. There is
So-
no sword in this.
Quick question: Is that it's still in beta, right? So like, when does the actual expansion comes out?
Probably in December.
December. Okay, what's the point of a PTR if like people are gonna basically?
What's the point of a PTR? It's so Blizzard doesn't have to actually test themselves.
Pretty much.
It's
People can-
actually even
you-
dumber.
People
They're
can
throwing
pay.
out the stuff to get hype.
Yeah.
But the
Yeah, I
problem is, it's actually making people play it and get bored of it before it comes out.
Yeah,
Why would-
no,
why
I'm
would
gonna
you
go
do
ahead. Because Blizzard, and this is the way they do things. I'm gonna come out and say it. That's like, the PTR is the dumbest shit out there.
Yeah, it's old,
Because
but
you-
it's
you
been
have
there
to-
forever.
Yeah, but you have to pay to access it.
Wait,
It's
you
hard.
have to pay to play that? Like, is
Oh,
it,
Yes, you have
You
to
have
have an
to have a
active
live account.
subscription.
you prepay the
You know,
expansion?
you have a
No,
live
no.
account, and then you have access to it.
Beta access is given to your account. You don't get it just like pre-purchase. It's just given to you. So if you don't like pre-order Dragonflight, you can still get beta access.
I still
but-
don't know why they don't just have in-house testing.
They don't want to pay them.
Because they're
Yeah.
Blizzard, and this is how they do things.
They hired testers recently, and I mean very recently.
Very.
We do not know if they're contracted or if they're freelance. We have no idea because they're hiding their numbers greatly. I've looked into their financials multiple times because I'm just curious to see garbage fires. And they're actually obfuscating their numbers really bad. And I wouldn't doubt they're doing it while Microsoft is trying to buy them. So they don't actually look as bad as they really are doing.
I'm like 100% confused. Like, it doesn't make sense business-wise for a big company like them to not have an in-house like technical testing. You know,
Yes, it does
Oh,
because
wait,
they
no, it
get all the
does.
testing that they that they need.
they're too
Plus
big.
it's- No. They don't care.
They're too busy repackaging Overwatch 1.
They don't care. Say this is the thing. You
Right.
think that the Blizzard devs care? You think that they're like
No,
this-
no. Okay. Blizzard.
No.
Should we really talk about the Blizzard devs or just the
No,
management team?
no, the management team, even both the devs and the management, they don't care.
Ouch.
None of them care.
I would hazard to say they do care. It's just the problem is the people that are in charge are making really ignorant decisions constantly. And
When-
they think they know better than the players, and that's a constant
When-
that's been going on. They've
when
also have an impossible task. You cannot balance the amount of classes and specs they have. It's an impossible task.
Right, so that just shows how little they actually care because they set themselves up for that.
They
Also,
should
the
too.
fact that they don't care about the story is part of the development process. That just goes to show there's very little. There's very little. What do you call it? It's missing the touch that Yoshi P's team.
All right, I want to go ahead and say something else. Remember, they program mechanics,
Mm-hmm.
but they don't program them well. And so they know that because they know that
add-on.
fans will fix it. Yeah, they know that fans will fix it.
That's the thing.
That's
They program
that's
with add-ons being the problem.
Add-ons. Yeah.
We
That's
are
the
the beta
biggest issue.
testers.
They program with add-ons
okay.
in mind.
Just to, I mean, I don't know if you guys care. Anima skeptic. Think of it. Shit, Sonic, stop it, please. I don't know if you guys like. Imagine like
No.
cyber. Okay, I was just gonna give you an example that you actually went through. Imagine
Please, thank you.
Cyberpunk.
Hey, it's coming out with new content 2023.
Right. Imagine Cyberpunk, right? They give you a pre-test beta of the game, right? And imagine that game may have multiple people playing at the same time. So it turns into an MMO and you get this large cityscape, right? My thought
GTA.
process... yeah. Although, I don't know if they're actually taking care of that game. Imagine, however, you get to pre-play almost all of the game before the game comes out in release, where they knock you back down to 0 and you play the game again.
Oh, it's actually you copy a character over, or they make you get a pre-generated one,
Right.
and like that is a completely separate progression because your main
Oh.
account has nothing to do with it.
So you're a beta tester, and they don't
Correct.
tell you that.
You are
And-
paying them
Yeah.
for the right to play the game and give them quote unquote feedback. that they are going to wholesale ignore the whole time. Unless it breaks the game where it makes it where you can have more fun, that it's done. They're going to walk away from it. They're not going to listen to you.
It's like the Sonic Heroes development, because somebody was talking about the QA a while back, where it's like, if it's not a game-breaking bug, just ignore it and move on.
Yeah, they will remove fun from the game. Like, they're continuously patching everything people find that's fun.
Right.
Okay, so like my favorite thing is they remove some quality of life stuff, but give people like moggable glasses. That's the kind of stuff they do.
Yeah.
Right.
Here's the thing: the pet battles. They were saying about the stupid dragon riding. Oh, this one character class can fly extra fast. It's going to be unfair because it could get to pet battles quicker.
Oh no, Solus,
Blizzard, really?
Did you hear about the other thing, that the other reasoning they gave for slowing that down?
Farming old raids or something like that?
No, that one I don't care. You can't fly indoors anyway. So, no, the way they said it was like, yeah, and we feel like if they were going through Chromie time, they have an advantage. And I'm sitting here going like, Chromie time.
Wait, leveling
content? The thing that they don't have access to because they have their own leveling zone?
Well,
and even if they could, it'd be for 2 levels? And I'm just like,
these guys.
Do you guys even know what Chromie time is?
I'm confused with that game.
This is why I'm telling you. This is why I'm telling you. The devs don't even care about the game. They probably don't even play it. Like I'll from the longest time ago, none of the devs ever played that game. Maybe they do now, but back in the day when I was playing, none of them played it.
Do you know how Ian Hazzikostas got to be where he is?
He inherited it?
No.
Pretty much. He pretty much did, but...
Well, it came down to, he proved to Blizzard that one of their fights was impossible to do. Mathematically. He proved that as it was standing, it was not possible. And he showed them exactly how to balance it. And said, this will make it where it's still fair and it can be done. And they hired him. Because of that.
I mean...
But it's been like over 10 plus years. This guy is so outside of like the purview of what reality is for this game. He doesn't know. Like he's just... they don't have enough fresh people in there that actually care about the game at high enough levels that can go, yeah, no, that's not fun. No one's going to like that. It's just a hype machine now.
Yeah.
And it's sad. It was a great game. It still has great aspects. It plays very well in a lot of ways. It's just, its writing is just lackluster at best, and it's a flavor of the week game.
It's a Blizzard game, ain't it?
Mythic Plus sucks so much, and I'm gonna say this naughty word. Cock.
Ugh.
It really does.
Oh my
and
God,
Mythic
you
Plus
said
was
it.
something I liked back in.
Oh,
But
big
nowadays,
immersion.
it's like the dungeons are so boring and uninteresting, and I hate them. That it just makes it not want to run.
The thing is, they brought in the Diablo affixes. And the problem with it is that some of those mechanics weren't really engaging. They're just annoyingly just awful. Like the volcanic one. That's just awful. And there's some fights it doesn't function with.
That's just plagued with extra steps, I swear.
It's ugh.
But
It's just not fun.
But I swear, role players keep that game alive, and I say this wholeheartedly. And I'm not
Moonguard.
joking. I actually play on Moonguard. There are a lot of people that I know who play on Moonguard. And it's funny because I was just random scrolling through Twitter, and somebody I follow was like, there are people putting on an actual performance of The Room, Stormwind. And
Wow.
I'm not kidding. They did, and I'm just like, hold on a second. I'm gonna pop over on my Alliance alt. Yeah, sure enough, you scroll over a guy because you have. If you're a role player, you have a bunch of add-ons. And honestly, I wish 14 had a system like that.
Wait, what?
There's add-ons for role playing.
Yes.
Yeah,
yes. You can write a whole backstory. And they can click on you and read your whole backstory before they interact with you.
Oh my god.
Okay, yeah,
All right.
but there are and it's perfectly acceptable. It's something that I wish Fortnite had. That is how good these things are. But it's just like you scroll over this guy, and it just says Johnny, and the guy's name is the character's name is Johnny, but his in character name is Tommy Wiseau, right?
Oh,
And they were putting on the room, and I came in I did not hit her. I did not. Oh, hi, Mark. I came in at that part, and I'm just sitting here like, this is amazing. There was the Tournament of Ages like a month and a half ago that was really, really fun, and they raised like $25,000 for charity.
oh, nice.
So role players really do keep the game alive. I'm gonna go ahead and say it.
Yo,
Because there clearly aren't enough people raiding, there aren't enough people doing Mythic Plus, and
Okay.
I went to I was on Proudmoore because that's where most of my characters.
Well, hold
and I
that.
signed in.
Hold that thought, because we're getting to time. So unfortunately, we're gonna have to hold that thought. If you guys are willing to come in next week, but I want to
next week I want to talk about Overwatch 2's the thing that was announced today.
we can put that in. One thing I do want to implant in your minds, because this is probably going to be something that lingers for me, and it's probably going to be talked about on my stream a little bit. What would you think of a Final Fantasy 14 token?
No, we're not talking about
No,
this. End of discussion.
that's what destroyed
We're
WoW.
not- let's not talk about that thing, please. Please don't talk about that.
Seriously, it destroyed WoW.
Yeah, just don't. That is the bad idea.
I needed that reaction. Anyway, no, that's not the real thing. Okay, the real thing, honestly. So I am going to be having a talk with Brian on the 21st.
Oh,
So
God.
He's inviting me to his show.
Oh god.
What he wants to talk about is like the definition of what an MMORPG is for people and how it's changed over time. So I am curious what you guys think about that. And I know two of us really doesn't have anything to do with MMORPG. Well, one of us. I think Skeptic does. He used to play MMOs. He doesn't anymore. He has a life.
I'm an MMO guy. I'm an MMO guy.
But it is a question, only because there was a couple of things that was either brought to him or brought to other people, like why are we still calling them MMORPGs when they're MMORPGs?
That was a stupid thing, by the way.
What?
Wait, no. Say that question again.
We'll talk about it next week because we're running
Stupid.
out of we'll talk about it next week, but we'll keep that in mind for now, and we'll bring it up next week when we get the chance. For the time being, however, let's see if we can come back, all of us. Hopefully, perhaps Panic will join us. I do want to talk to him about Halo when we get the chance, and it'll be at the same time, 10:30. Also, sponsor for the show, apartment814.com. If you haven't been there, if you haven't seen it, there's a lot of our articles in there. Also, it also has our podcast. If you've missed it, you can re-listen it to all. It's all good stuff here. We just try to keep it up. We try to keep the website up. I really need to go back on there and start making more interesting articles. Anyway,
So he hasn't been keeping the website up.
not me. No,
He
Buy a t-shirt. It pays for a month of
it's not me. Our man in the background takes care of that. But I would like to thank all of you guys for joining me here in apartment 814. It's a little packed right now. We should get a bigger apartment next time. I'll see to that next week. And
Or-
I hope you got what?
Can you,
Or they can just leave.
can you please just stop hanging me on my head now?
Get out.
I'm just feeling dizzy.
You're Spider-Man, dude.
I'm mad you stopped me for that. You win this battle.
I'm only 4 years old.
You won't
You were
get next
talking.
week.
You were talking about space. I gave you a very valid solution.
All right, you got me with that. All right, back in the closet with you, Last Order. We'll see you next week, Halcor. Thank you for thank you for coming on the show, Solus.
Yep,
He's
yep.
not kidding.
Yes, I know. The Sonic jams keep going. Sorry, but we're gonna have to cut it there. Thank you very much, everyone, for joining us, and politely walk out the door. And we'll
Peanuts.
see you.
Thank you for
Next
joining
week.
us.
What about?
Telling people to get out. Dare you? How dare you?
Peanuts.